contract as the foundation of conscious interaction. In transactional analysis, a contract is neither a formality nor an administrative procedure. It is a conscious agreement between people about what changes they want to create and how they will do so. The founder of TA, Eric Berne, emphasized that change is impossible without a clear agreement. A contract provides direction to the work and moves interaction from vague expectations into the realm of responsibility and choice. A contract is a space where a person understands why they are here, formulates what they want, becomes aware of the responsibility they are taking on. Thus, the client ceases to be an object of intervention and becomes an active participant in their own process of change.
In TA, a contract is understood across three interconnected levels. 1. Administrative level. This defines the framework of the interaction: where meetings take place, how often, duration, fees, cancellation and rescheduling policies. This level creates structure and predictability. 2. Professional level. This defines the content of the work, the client's issue or request, goals, format of interaction, expected outcomes. It answers the question, what exactly are we working on? 3. Psychological level. At this level, the following may emerge: hidden expectations, unconscious scripts, internal resistance, possible psychological games. This level often determines whether the contract will support the process or subtly sabotage it. The TA approach to contracting closely aligns with modern coaching standards. For example, the International Coaching Federation identifies establishing and maintaining agreements as a core competency. This is not merely about agreeing on what we will talk about, but about creating a space characterized by clarity, alignment, shared responsibility. An effective TA contract has three key characteristics. Clarity. Both parties have the same understanding of the agreement. Mutuality. The contract is co-created, not imposed. Doability. The goals are realistic and achievable. Such a contract becomes not a limitation, but a framework of safety and trust. It is important to understand that contracting is not a single action. There are a global, overall contract, defining the direction and framework of the entire process. A session contract, defining the focus here and now. This makes the work simultaneously structured, flexible, alive. TA practitioner Claude Steiner described 4 essential conditions for a valid contract. These principles are closely related to those used in legal practice. 1. Mutual consent. Both parties reach agreement through discussion. A contract is not imposed, is not dictated, is created through dialogue. 2. Adequate compensation. Any work involves an exchange, most commonly financial payment. However, other forms are possible if they are clearly agreed upon, accepted by both parties. 3. Competence. Both parties must be capable of fulfilling the contract. This means the practitioner has the necessary skills. The client understands the agreement and is able to participate. 4. Legality and ethics. The contract does not violate laws, aligns with professional ethical standards. The importance of contracting in TA is rooted in its core philosophy. I'm okay, you're okay. This implies that the client and practitioner are in an equal position. Both share responsibility for the process. The client has the right to choose what they want to change. The client makes decisions, takes responsibility for their life. The practitioner helps identify possibilities, supports the process of change. The contract makes this balance explicit and conscious. Contracting does not begin with formulations. It begins with exploration. Examples of key questions. What is truly important for you right now? How will you know that you have achieved your goal? What do you expect from this interaction? What are you willing to bring into this process? This is where choice, responsibility, engagement begin to emerge.
Please pause the video. Write down your answers in whatever format is most convenient for you on your phone, tablet, or computer. If you are taking this course with an instructor, save your answers and send them to your trainer as part of your homework. Write your answers in any format that is convenient for you: notes, a document, or a journal. Part 1. Expectations. Why are you taking this course? What do you want to gain as a result? What changes would be meaningful for you? Part 2. Outcome. How will you know that the course has been valuable for you? What specific signs or results will demonstrate this? Part 3. Contribution. What are you willing to do to achieve your results? What responsibility are you ready to take? Part 4. Contract. Try to formulate your contract. As a result of this course, I want to. To achieve this, I am willing to. I will know I have achieved it when. Three-cornered, triangular, contracts in transactional analysis. A three-cornered contract in transactional analysis refers to a situation where more than two parties are involved in the agreement, and each of them has their own expectations, their own goals, their own level of responsibility. Unlike a simple contract between practitioner and client, here the dynamics become more complex because the client is not a single, isolated individual, but part of a wider system.
A common structure includes three roles. 1. The practitioner, therapist, coach, consultant, trainer. 2. The client recipient, child, individual, employee, team member, or employees. 3. The sponsor, commissioner, parent, employing organization, business owner, the one who initiates and/or pays for the work. The key challenge is that these parties often have different and sometimes conflicting expectations. For example, the organization wants improved performance or results. The employee may want less stress or more autonomy. The coach or consultant is contracted to support development. If these differences are not made explicit, it can lead to hidden agendas, confusion about roles, resistance, ethical tension. In three-cornered contracting, it is essential to establish a clear contract with each party, transparency about goals, roles, expectations, boundaries, confidentiality. Rather than one agreement, there are multiple interconnected contracts that need to be aligned. Example 1. Working with a child. Parties: parent, child, practitioner. Possible dynamics: parent: something needs to change in my child. Child: I don't want to be here. Practitioner: I need engagement and consent to work effectively. Good practice includes creating a clear contract with the parent, goals, expectations, limits. Establishing a separate, age-appropriate contract with the child. Clarifying confidentiality and its limits. Example 2. Organizational context. Parties: coach or consultant, sponsor, employing organization, business owner, employee, team members. Typical dynamics: the organization expects measurable results or change. The employees may have their own personal goals or concerns. The coach or consultant must balance development goals with organizational expectations. Good practice includes aligning on goals and success criteria at all levels, clearly defining what is confidential and what can be shared, making explicit the boundaries of the practitioner's role.
In organizational transactional analysis, contracting is understood as inherently multi-layered. This means work always happens within a system. Different stakeholders influence the process. Clarity of contracts is essential for effective and ethical practice. When contracts are unclear or incomplete, common risks include hidden expectations and agendas, role confusion, resistance from participants, triangulation dynamics, loss of trust, ethical dilemmas.